Are you still living in the 20th century, trying to climb the corporate ladder? Allow Robert T. Kiyosaki and his wife to introduce you to an alternative, a business of the 21st century. If you know one thing about Robert Kiyosaki, okay, besides that he's the guy who wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad, you certainly know his cash flow quadrant. By his own admission, it may be the most important writing he's ever done, because it goes right to the heart of the crucial issues involved for people who are ready to make true changes in their lives. A strange thing to say about 4 letters inside a table which looks something like this. First of all, each of these letters stands for one of the only 4 categories of people that exist on this planet, at least in the eyes of Kiyosaki. However, unexpectedly, there's much more to it. E equals employee. S equals self-employed or small business owner. B equals business owner. I equals investor. Which one of them are you? Or to use the words of Kiyosaki, which quadrant do you live in? How do you earn most of your money? Need some help to decide. Here we go. The E quadrant. You're here if you belong to the overwhelming majority of people. You work hard in a moderately successful company, and you believe that, one day, your career will earn you just enough money to relax in the bliss of retirement. The S quadrant. Then again, maybe you've already migrated to the S quadrant. Driven by your urge to earn more and to have more freedom, you decided to fire your boss, found a startup, and become your own boss instead. Unfortunately, this has backfired. Now you have even less free time, and you can't blame your boss for your problems. However, you feel that you're better off than in the E quadrant, at least slightly. The B quadrant. Of course, both the small business and the big business owners are self-employed. However, the difference between the S quadrant and the B quadrant is straightforward. In the case of the latter, you're not working for your company, but your company works for you. The I quadrant. Finally, the I quadrant, in which it is not your business which works for you anymore, but your money. Though it seems something an E or an S guy would never have a go at, investing, says Kiyosaki, is not rocket science. You already understand its essence from Monopoly, 4 greenhouses, 1 red hotel. All you need now is just a few books to master it. E's and S's, this book is for you. Now that you've evaluated yourself, time to reveal to you the point of the test. Kiyosaki's The Business of the 21st Century is not for the I's and neither for the B's. It is about the E's and the S's. The corporate myth is over. If you've spent years climbing the corporate ladder, have you ever stopped to notice the view? What view, you ask? The rear end of the person in front of you. That's what you get to look forward to. If that's the way you want to view the rest of your life, then this book probably isn't for you. But if you are sick and tired of looking at someone else's behind, then read on. Blame Prussia for your troubles. Basically, every modern book on retirement planning states this explicitly. If you're merely working somewhere, you're already doing it all wrong. Why, you ask? Because you're living in the past, more precisely sometime between the end of the 19th century and the 1980s. You see, the employment for life myth didn't exist before the Industrial Revolution. Before it occurred, in fact, there were many more S's than E's. However, once the Industrial Revolution incited the demand for employees, most European governments took over the task of mass education. The system adopted everywhere was the Prussian system, and, miraculously, most school systems in the world are modeled after it to this day. Miraculously, because the idea of that system was to mass produce E's, people who would follow orders and do as they were told, and what they were promised in return. The paradise of retirement. Yet another Prussian idea, devised by then Prussian President Otto von Bismarck in 1889. What's so bad about it? We've already told you, but let us remind you yet again. Back in the time of Bismarck, the average life expectancy was 45. And not many people lived to be old enough to start receiving their benefits. Now, almost everybody lives past that age, and it's only a matter of time before pension funds go absolutely broke. Still wanting to be an E or an S? Of course you don't. Because you're smart and because you've just realized that unless you're a B or an I, you'll never earn enough money to sit back and relax. It's not about income, writes Kiyosaki in the title of Chapter 8. It's about assets that generate income. What does this mean? Well, it means that earning money actively will never get you anywhere, and even if it does, it will be at the price of your own freedom. Think of it as a race. You're not allowed to take a rest because then you'll be outrun. However, if you're capable of finding a way to start earning money passively, then you can sit back and enjoy the view. Think of it as having someone else running in your stead. Network marketing. Now, it's easy to say this, but somewhat tricky to put it into practice. Why? Because of the obvious catch-22. In order to earn money, you need a big business. However, you need money to start a big business. The same goes for investing. However, there's a great way to circumvent this obstacle, namely network marketing. If you are considering building your own business, writes Kiyosaki, you need to be acutely aware of who you're spending your time with and who your teachers are. It's a crucial consideration. Think of it this way: Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Phil Knight. They all had friends when they were 18 or 20, and they all wanted some support for their projects, whether financial or logistical. If you had been one of the people to know them, even a single dollar might have made you a rich person today. Network marketing is all about understanding the power of the power connectors. The point is to know people, to help them, to connect them, to sell them your idea before you have the money to put it into practice. When it comes to creating business success, it's not a simple matter of technical skills. Even more important are the life skills it takes to successfully negotiate the B quadrant. The key to long-term success in life is your education and skills, your life experiences, and most of all, your personal character. As a network marketer, Kiyosaki adds, you might think your job is to demonstrate and sell a product. It's not. Your job is to communicate information, to tell a great story, and build a network.